Well, what do you know? It's a Friday. Welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena here on the campus, or really pretty close to Boise State University. You're watching coverage of the Missouri High School Esports Association and their Overwatch League competitive practice. Today, we're going to be casting Overwatch, and I am stinking excited. You know why I'm excited? Because we have got the GOAT in the comms right now, and that would be, of course, Artie, Nerdy Bird, Rain, joining me. And let me start you off with this question. It is Friday. Is it Reaper Friday?
In my opinion, yes, it's Reaper Friday. We better be seeing some Reaper. I hope we see some Reaper. I feel like very viable comps can be made around Reaper, and you got to hold up the meme.
Okay, well, the meme is because Reaper is not as good as the Reaper we know from history. And so playing Reaper on Friday is a way of saying, look, I know I'm not going to win a lot of games. It's Friday. Friday's not the best day to queue, but it's Reaper time.
Yeah, I mean, if everyone agrees to it, then, everyone can just have some fun with Reaper.
Okay, I'll accept this premise on one condition, that if Reaper falls apart, we both pretend we never talked about it and we delete this VOD. So
I agree.
we've got a great matchup today. For those of us who were watching very, very closely at the championships that we got to broadcast not that long ago, seems like just a couple of months ago for the Missouri High School. These folks are back. They have learned how to play this game. They've learned how to prepare as teams at these different amazing high schools. One of these days, I'm going to get myself a Hickman Cupies t-shirt just to have that strange little baby with a headset on a shirt of some kind. But as we get ready for this, what are some things you've noticed about the way the Missouri schools prepare to play this game?
Honestly, I've noticed that even though we can't hear their comms, they definitely have definitive target focus that happens. There's pre-fight coordination you can see happening before they go in on their engages. Their positioning from beginning to end, at least for the couple of months that we've been able to watch, has dramatically increased and gotten so much better. So they're definitely picking apart their gameplay, watching their VODs, and, pulling tactics that Boise State does, which is like, what are we looking for here? What's the target? What's our win condition? What's their win condition? And so it's really nice to see that transitioning from like the college scene over to the high school scene, because it just goes to show that like anybody can play this game.
It does. Anybody who's coordinated, right? I mean, a team is better than an individual, just all the way around. All right, so let's take a look at who our matchup is for the night. Now, in the championships, we, of course, saw, CBC. But tonight, we're looking at Hickman versus Blue Springs. We know Blue Springs pretty well. There's a couple of well-known players who may or may not have gotten that player of the game before, but we're excited to see these folks face off tonight in this best-of-5 setup. So we're going to at least see 3 games from everyone, and I think we're going to see some pretty good play as well. We're going to start off on Nepal tonight. So thoughts as we head into this? What makes a team successful? Let's just say Sanctum.
All right, Sanctum is a very, very memey map. I mean, even the Boise State team is very notorious for being like, all right, this is Boop City. We're going to go with maximum boop ability here. You're always going to pull out that Lucio, possibly get a Wrecking Ball in the mix. And so with that in mind, especially because Lucio somehow has become viable once again, even though the meta is not fully in his favor, I fully anticipate seeing some Ooga Booga strats coming out from either of these teams, and maybe even a Sim TP to point and holding down on point underneath with
It's
Sim.
not October. Is that even a viable comp? Well, before we get too deep into that, let me give you some of what I think of the keys to this game. You got like you said, you got to understand your comp and your play style, because as a comp changes, the way that you play it is different. Focusing on each fight. Each team fight is its own little moment. Don't think through them. Don't think past them. Win the one you're in. Pre-fight target priority. You just mentioned we can see that in their gameplay, and it's awesome. And commit, especially when we're going to jump into a location, commit together. And of course, these keys are brought to you by Count. Count's Identity Trust Global Network delivers real-time fraud prevention, account protection, and enables personalized customer experiences for more than 9,000 of the leading brands. I'll just throw a couple out: Riot, Blizzard, many, many more, and other payment providers. So quick and accurate identity trust decisions, which is what the Count stuff does, deliver really safe payment, account creation, login events, reducing all of the digital frauds, the chargebacks, false positives, manual reviews. Count.com, you can find out a lot more about what they do. All right, it's about game time here, and we know what this looks like. This is pretty awesome. Oh, yeah.
We're going into Sanctum right out the gate. I love it. And we're pulling out. We've got, it looks like Blaze is going, yep, Blue Springs. All right, that's good. I do recognize Casey Vet is not going with the Zarya pick that we normally see Casey on. They're going with that Wrecking Ball instead. There is a Reaper on the side of Hancock, though, and I'm interested to see how they play that because they don't have a lot of speed coming out of spawn, and we don't see a Lucio swap happening early on.
Lizard, hey, your team's going. Lizard, are you... Oh, he's probably Lizard saying, "Mom, I'm in a game with my friends right now. Can you just bring me that tuna sandwich?" All right, dropping in here. Very, very good stuff.
Yeah, we've got Hancock has got a little bit more of an advantage here just because they had both their tanks pushing up together. Unfortunately, we did have a Reinhardt who was AFK for a moment, so that will be a little bit to their demise. However, they are chasing this Wrecking Ball on their backline. He is taking up a lot of damage and taking a lot of the abilities away from their team, so they need to be careful about that going into this fight.
Doing a nice job here trying to win this first fight. Lizard goes down first, but then Glaceon down and then right back up. And it looks like Blaze doing what Blaze does best, starting to get some elims, eliminating the Hanzo first, trying to get some more action. That Coalescence can come out at any moment, but where is it? You can keep your team up. You can keep yourself up. Did not happen. Grill Groot going down. Yetmir going down. Yeetmir, yeet! Also going down, and it looks like this is going to be a Blue Springs wearing red. Ironic. Going to be a first fight win. And look, Nerdy, at all those beautiful ults that are ready to just be presented like a bouquet of awesome.
Yes, I'm very interested to see how these pan out. I think Beefarts might want to wait until the side of Hancock has pushed out outside of this little alcove here with the Mega Pack so that they can get full field of view on the enemy team during Graphitic Flux. Blaze can follow that up with a copy. It looks like Casey already popped landmines over by that door, though, so they're separating the team right here. Lizard's caught out. This is an opportunity for them to take down the frontline protection that the side of Hancock has, and they do, taking Lizard down. If they don't have, if that Mercy, if Geek can't get in there for that res, that's basically a lost fight, and they are down 3, backing up. That is a good survival technique right there for both their supports. Hopefully they do not
says,
stagger
"I'm out of here." Casey Vet was the only one to pop the ultimate. They're going to have 5 coming into this one. The Blaze and of course the Sigma ult are probably going to be the biggest impact on what happens here. You can clean up with just about all of the others. Okay, there it is. Drops right now. Beef drops his ult and gets it in there. The Reinhardt is what gets duplicated, and we're going to see some nastiness right there. They just dump them all. They just said, we need one fight here. Let's take the point back, and they come out on top.
They did. They also had Blue Springs expel a lot of their ultimates to try and maintain that point. However, Hancock will have to, unfortunately, lose this round because their spawns were not in their favor. And those couple extra 7 seconds just weren't enough in this case. I think they need to reevaluate their comp and apply a different tactic going into this next fight. I don't know which map we'll get, but that's going to greatly affect how they can go. Looks like we're going to get, this is Shrine, right? Yes.
Going right into Shrine here. Yep. There it is.
I'm hoping to see maybe a Lucio speed boost out the door, possibly a Symmetra teleporter, because both of these teams got there almost at the same time, excluding the Wrecking Balls, because Wrecking Ball is just, got to go fast all the time. That little Lucio speed boost that you can get out the front gate, if on your Mercy, you swap Lucio, speed boost, swap back to Mercy, Guardian Angel over to one of your teammates. That's an extra couple of seconds you bought your team right there. And getting control of this point is very difficult, especially when you're playing with the Pharah. You need to make sure your team is anchored down before you're poking damage.
That's right. And both of the Hammonds on point right now. They can sprint out there real fast. You don't need a Lucio to make this happen. You don't have any really environmentals you can take advantage of, so you want that deeper healing that comes in the form of the two that they've got there. And of course, they like to get their pockets on here. But the first one to fall is that BAP. And look at it, you've got it. Although eliminated right away on Friday, that Reaper.
I'm happy with the Reaper Friday attempt. I full send on it, go for it all the time. We do see Casey going in on the back line, taking out that Mercy early on in the fight, reducing the heals. That's going to get rid of the resibility coming out from Hancock, and they are down 4 right now, so this is definitely more in the favor of the side of Blue Springs. We've got a Wrecking Ball spinning to win right now, and that is a lockdown capture for Blue Springs on point 1.
Blue Springs with the first fight win both times. Ults coming up, including Blaze's ult. Of course, in fact, looks like 4 ults going to come online during this next fight. Probably the most valuable of those. Again, the Sig ult is going to make a big difference. But I bet it's Casey Vet that drops first, zones him out a little bit. He's got it. When's he going to drop it? I can't wait to see that Q hit. Not yet. They're being very patient there. It was the Beef's big ult that came out there.
Honestly, I would have loved to have seen Wrecking Ball come in with some landmines at the end of that Sigma ultimate. Would have cleaned up that team nicely, but hanging on to an ult is never bad. However, the side of Blue Springs is now down 3 as there's a re-engage happening from Hancock right now, only using Grill's Coalescence ultimate and something else. They do have a Shatter online for defense. Yeet Kings also has Graviton Surge, and for the side of Blue Springs, they don't have a lot to defend against that, especially if they use I-Field early. So they're gonna have to make sure Glaceon hangs onto that, force that grab only.
And this was what was crazy. It was almost a dry fight. They used that Coalescence, but that was all that Hancock needed to actually flip the point when they were way behind in ults. And now they're even. They didn't get spent last time. But big eliminations come out. Come on, Casey Vet. I think you're bullying now. Maybe. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Blue Springs pulled out a nice surround and conquer there. They split the focus across their team, so everyone was taking a little bit of damage, but no one was taking the full force of it. And with their Reinhardt turned around, Lizard unfortunately got melted down by the DPS coming out from Blue Springs. And this re-engage, they do have Soldier ultimate as well as Ryan, and they also have that Reaper ult coming online here soon. They have an opportunity to take it back, but it's he who ults first that gets the victory. We hear the Earth Shatter coming out, as well as the Graviton Surge and the Reaper ult and Soldier. All the Qs are being hit. We see I-Field's gone down, Mercy's going down, Echo's getting zoned out by the Soldier. It's anyone's game right now on the point, but it is leaning towards Hancock.
Blue Springs really kind of putting themselves in a position, maybe a little bit of overconfidence with the 2 flying damage heroes and the Soldier ult available. That's how you eliminate those from the sky. You just, you press Q and you knock them out. And it's exactly what happened. Lazy did a nice job getting those guys out of the sky.
Yeah, but now going into this next fight, both of those aerial-based DPS have free reign, knowing that Soldier ult's out of the way. We've got Yeetmaster trying to keep their team up, using that Mercy ult. We also hear the Graphitic Flux coming out. Casey Vet's trying to keep this Soldier busy while he's diving in the... And Far's gonna pop ult. It seems like it picked up 2 for the side of Hancock, so unfortunately they might need to re-engage as we hear the Echo Earthshatter come out as well.
Will they have enough time? Now Blue Springs with no big ults to prevent them from moving in. They're gonna get, Hancock's gonna get a good fight. So this is gonna be largely a dry fight early. We could see Casey Vets come up pretty early, but that is the only one. The Shatter likely to be the one that's gonna have the biggest difference if Lizard can get that out.
We do see Glaceon also 70 to that amplification window, so that's possibly can be used for even a slight re-engage if necessary. They have hit the 99 points, so if they go down too many people, they can call a quick reset and get back with more than 30 seconds on the clock. There'll be plenty of time. However, it does seem like Blue Springs is not going to be able to keep this fight alive right now. They are down 3. The mines out from Casey are going to take down Lizard and Grill Groot. So it's anybody's fight. They're still trying to drag it out right now. We've got Echo and Mercy on point, trying to take out the Soldier and Zarya combo, but right now it might just be a stagger until you can get more sustain.
Yep, and now they're starting to really come back. That was a really nice flip. They switched over to the Lucio to give them speed back on. They were trying to beat the resupply of Hancock before they jumped in. That is going to do it for map 1 here in this matchup. Very cool. The win condition in that last fight was just speed to point. But before we get into that, we just want to point out our Idaho Army National Guard, very proud supporter of Boise State Esports, and by extension, this broadcast you're watching. So the top plays that we often show in these broadcasts are presented by the Idaho Army National Guard. Easy for me to say. And they invite you, of course, to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs offering $20,000 in bonuses and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. You can reach out to them on Twitch, iGuard Gaming. Letter I, Guard Gaming, not I, Guard Gaming. So as we look at this, you saw some really strong play from some folks that you know pretty well. But Lizard, who was in position twice with tremendous shatters to change the course of the fight, was focused down too quickly by Blue Springs and found himself just kind of watching it from somebody else's view. How can Hickman flip this for the next one?
Honestly, I would suggest if you don't want to get rid of the Reaper, because I totally understand it is Reaper Friday, so I'm not going to suggest that one. I would probably bring in a McCree as well as swapping out your second support. Keep the Mercy, but get an Ana and just keep landing those shots to make sure that you're just chronically putting bullets in your Reinhardt's booty to keep them alive and using that nade both offensively and defensively when your team is getting engaged on. If you still have it, hang on to it till you see the opportunity for your Reinhardt to use it as an opportunity to flip the fight, because you can get a huge ante or at least keep your Rein alive. Or if pre-fight, you can land a dirty nade on the back line, allow your Reinhardt to push up more. It definitely can help clean up those fights a lot sooner and keep your Rein alive.
Dirty Nade in the back line was actually a band that I was in high school, but we'll cover that in a different event. Okay, so map number 1 goes to the side of the beautiful purple logos, right? We know who that is, right? Blue Springs with the purple logo. I need to have a conversation with the school board about that, but we'll come up to it.
Sometimes it doesn't make sense.
Sometimes you're right. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Okay, getting ready for the next map here. We'll identify what that is in just a second. You've got some evidence on these teams. So you're in the team room. You just lost the map. What are you reminding your players to increase the number of fights that you can win before we get into Anubis?
Honestly, they need to be making sure that they are aware of their team side of their winning condition and as well as the enemy team's winning condition. Granted, yes, right out of spawn, you don't see what everybody has, but you can hit that tab button 15 seconds in if you haven't fully engaged on them yet to see the comps. Identify what the enemy team's going to be needing to do in order to make your comp not work, because odds are that's what they're playing into. They've probably scouted you and they're aware of what you're doing, so you've got to make sure that you're checking out what they're planning to do to you and making sure that you aren't going to fall into those traps, as well as identifying where you need to be set up for the fight and taking the early fights and making sure you're picking the position of those fights. You need to be aggressive. Okay, getting into it again. Hickman and Blue Springs, or in this case, Blue Springs on the blue side this time. As we get ready for this, of course, the amazing Missouri High School Esports Association. Here we go. It is time. Have you ever noticed?
Temple? Hi.
Ah, yes, Temple of Anubis. Have you ever noticed this amazing, I can't tell if it's graffiti or if it's a mural, on the side of good old 786, the Super Troop carrier?
I actually never noticed
Margle. Here we go. Okay, as we get ready for this, it looks like they're going Blaze again with the Echo. Maybe maining Echo right now, but the Doomfist on the other side. We'll get those up for you in just a second. We'll just call them Team 2 for now. There it is. Here we go. Hancock.
Yes.
I called them Hickman twice. I'm a bad person. I apologize. Getting in position for the flank here, trying to gets the first elimination. They're down one healer on the side of Hancock right now, trying to get and now they're down 2. Back up, get out. If you can get one elimination, you might be able to get a little bit of a spawn advantage here, but that's 3 down. Lizard goes down, and that is going to be the fight. 4 total. Now, they're going to be a little bit higher on the Hancock side, the Blue Springs side for ults. What do you do? Hancock coming in. What do you got to do to make this a little bit different?
Okay, so I like how we see McCreamy swapping over to that monkey pick. I wish we would also see Lizard possibly swap over to the Zarya, go double bubble, and just jump main right here. Engaging with the Doomfist, swapping over Grill in favor of an Ana so that they can actually sleep the enemy team as they're trying to engage on them would help them out a lot more here as well. They're utilizing that Rhine shield as well as the Winston bubble out very early. We see Casey Vet trying to go in for this disruption, is managing to get it on this Rhine. The Moira caught herself out though, using her phase a little too early, and it looks like Yep, we've got Blaze taking out 2, Sigma taking out 1, and Mercy getting 1 res on Blizzard. I don't know if he'll stay alive, though.
Blaze says, have you seen my Rhine? And then does the damage, then switches back very, very quickly. Well, Blaze still swinging as the big blue Rhine going to turn back into Echo form here in just a second. That is one of the reasons that the best players are playing Echo, because they're like, you know what? I'm pretty good on all of these. We used to know a guy who was a Mystery Heroes main, had exactly the same amount of time on every single hero. That's the person you want playing Echo. Can play everyone very, very well. Okay, getting ready for this next fight, Nerdy. They're taking the same rotation a third time. Is this gonna go well for them?
I don't believe so. We are watching the POV right now of Clear. They have very obvious angles. They can utilize this Dynamite with that Flux coming in. Yeah, they're going to take out. That's going to be a clean kill almost on everyone. We do see Lizard is still alive. They did just, both those tanks swapped with their characters that they were playing. With that in mind, McCreamy, can you pull out a Zarya here? Just go the double bubble Ooga Booga comp and just, you know, get in the open space and sustain it. Wow, they're pulling out the Roadhog. All right, so that Roadhog has a lot of self-sustain ability. If this monkey dives main with the Roadhog kiting right side going up those stairs, you can easily take care of Casey Vet's Wrecking Ball engage. The biggest thing with dive, though, is you need extra space. So going to the right and pushing through there is not in their favor. They're not going for it, but that engage that was late from the Mercy might spell her own doom, and it does, as we see Ice-T go down right there. Clear is able to clean up, taking out the McCree, and Blaze gets the Moira as well.
Ooh, the 1v1, the Hanzo, and of course the Ashe, while she was holding Bob. Now, if she can get back quick enough that she can actually use that Bob in this next fight, only 42 seconds left. Hancock's got to get into position on point. 3 ults on the side of Blue Springs, 2 ults on the side of Hancock. If they can activate... There we go. I just paused for a moment in my mind as well. If they can activate this High Noon, but he goes his own! My goodness, can he draw that High Noon? Does quickly? Oh my goodness, Blaze!
That was huge! That was dirty!
I love it. Bob in the alley instead of where we thought we were going to see, but that's a 2v1 on that poor, innocent little Roadhog, and that is going to do it. They're going to have to clean these up. They've got a Rage Monkey off the point. He's going to have to touch really quick. Can anyone do it? No. Okay, revisiting in my mind, this just in, a slip offered from the office to Blaze to come and see the principal, going to investigate whether there was some inappropriate behavior here with that McCree ult. As Echo said, you know what, let me show you what a High Noon looks like. Eliminates 2, and as we've talked many times before, if any ult gives you a +2, it is more than worth its weight.
Exactly, always. I mean, like, I'm notorious for just grabbing tanks with my Zarya ultimate. I know everyone wants to get that huge 6-man grab, but it's like, I'm just going to take out the front line and then we can clean up with maybe one other ult, or no ults possible because they don't have any tanks. But going into this next round, we've got Hancock on defense, and they are aware that this is a 33% cap victory for the side of Blue Springs. However, Blue Springs held you off that entire time. You can hold them off for that equal amount of time and end this in a draw, so please do not let this drop this map just right now arbitrarily between rounds thinking, you know what, just GG go next. There's always an opportunity to come out quote unquote on top, and in this case it's gonna be the draw.
I would love to see Blue Springs go heavy, force the try hard on Hancock, and then them pull the little dip and go the other direction. Sorry, just send one to point. Force them off of that. Force them to rotate together, because they haven't done that yet.
Honestly, out of all of the players that we see here at Blue Springs, it would be up to Ice-T and Blaze to get out onto that point together. They can do that. They are doing a rotation split right now and trying to pinch off the side of Hancock.
What do we got here? Sneaking around, sneaking under. They're not paying any attention. Blaze is like, no one's watching. Here we go. Can they touch in time? Can they touch?
Oh, no. Oh,
they're like,
no.
Wait a minute. There's someone on point.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
there we go. Only had to eliminate the Zoot Suit and McCree to take it. Nice little backdoor sneak around play. Very, very good stuff. Okay. Do you like these games, Nerdy? Do you like these ones that we see up here?
Yeah. I definitely like these games.
Okay, well, guess what? We're going to do the beatdown at Boise State. All of these events held through February are going to be broadcast live, and you can join Boise State's premier fighting games event with Street Fighter V, Tekken 7, Dragon Ball Fighter Z 299, Super Smash Brother Ultimate, played on the Xbox Zero, which is an imaginary console. But you can test your skill if you live locally here against Idaho fighting game community. Open brackets will be held online, in-person finals hosted right here in this arena at Boise State. So you can register smash.dg beatdown Boise State. The beatdown Boise State.
There we go.
There we go. I got it all. I want to see Virtua Fighter 2 in arcade cabinet form. And you and I have talked about this before. We have not yet had our Street Fighter matchup on the machine behind me.
We have not. This needs to be taken care of.
Who are you going to play? Just let me in on that secret. You're not going to tell me who you're going to play?
I don't think I should tell you.
That's not fair. Are you good with the 6-button fighter approach?
Totally.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. These don't have any labels on them, so I'm going to have to figure it out. All right. So we are coming into map 3 in a great spot, the Blue Springs,
It's Halloween Eichenwald. This is my favorite Eichenwald map. It's beautiful. I absolutely adore the Halloween map.
Why do you love it as much as you claim to love it?
Okay, so Halloween is my favorite time of the year. I love all things spooky. I love, cosplay and just dressing up in characters. And so, I do that year-round as a con goer, but during Halloween, everyone else does it too. And so it's the one time of the year where people don't give you that look like, are you going to a party?
Yeah, it's expected. Okay, setting up right here. It is actually Blue Springs on the red side. We'll see that swap in just a second. There it is, just like I planned it. Setting up underneath, Blue Springs is just trying to get a push through. They've got to get an elimination. That's their go button. Ooh, big in the backfield. That's 2 down now. McCreamy goes down. Oh my goodness, Lizard goes down. This is going to be a Blue Springs taking point number 1. Can anybody get back? It wasn't enough of a stagger. Can anybody touch here?
I don't think anybody can.
No.
And Blue Springs, we had clear over here on the Sombra, and I just wish that we had Modern Frost watching because that would probably make them very happy. We don't see Sombra as often as we used to, but they are still a very viable hero if you know how to get, the value from them. And honestly, that value comes from 2-fight EMP, which Clear right now is in line to have that EMP set up for the full second fight that they will have.
So with the McCree Hanzo on the other side, the Doomfist can do a lot of damage, especially there's a little bit of escapability in their supports, but if Blaze can get in the backfield and create some drama, that McCree could really do a lot of, but you know what, if you just got eliminated by Yeet, there's nothing much you can do. But +1 now on the side of Blue Springs and no pressure on the payload. They're moving it for free with just a slight advantage.
All right, so we've got the laziest pink over here on this Hanzo, 90 to ult. So if he pops dragons early and he dies, I vote you go Torbjorn. That turret will take care of Blaze more than anything else will and will mess up their life. I know you don't want to play the short character because being short is not fun. I'm speaking from experience, but it's worth it in this case. Be the Torb, homie. Oh,
sneaky Yeet coming around the outside, and he gets caught out. He was just about to wreck their day, and the ball messes him up. Nice job there, Casey Vet. They get all the way to the door, but they can't quite close the distance. There's that high noon. My goodness.
We had Lazy Dragon exactly through payload, through the door to clear them out of the way. That was a great play. He didn't pick up a lot of kills, but he managed to get them down low enough that the re-engage from the side of Hancock was able to take care of it, even though they were down their supports. We do see Grill right now is chilling out with that Coalescence, but honestly, you gotta be careful of Beefheart's ultimate. That Graphitic Flux will kill your squishies almost instantaneously. Yes, you have phase to get out, but you have to hold your Coalescence basically to keep your
and
team
don't
alive
stand
for
right
that.
there on the card. Don't get everybody right in the circle right away.
Right on Doomfist.
There we go.
Oh, and the EMP hack comes out almost onto everybody on the side of Hancock with the Doomfist.
Run away,
Meteor
run away,
Strike
run
coming
away!
in.
Oh, Yeet goes down. So sad.
Yeet the Yeet.
Skirt.
Thankfully, though, I don't know exactly how they managed to survive. They have 4 on the side of Hancock right now, still alive. They need to be careful in this engage, though, because they are only up 4 right now and don't have their main support. They are also
you're getting
C9 a little bit.
There you go. You gotta. I mean, you do have to play within that zone. There was only 1 to defend. The rotation comes late because of how aggressive they were being. Casey Vet goes down. The Shatter is available. Will it hit anybody? You didn't use it last time. There it is. Got one. Maybe? Got one.
Yeah, got the Ana, but there wasn't a follow-up right there, and I do believe Blizzard's gonna go down. Mercy can't keep the sustain on the point, and they are able to capture it with that Hanzo ult coming out just a little bit too late.
Yep, and it was Blaze saying, "Kiss my rocket glove."
All right, Lazy. Let me see your Torb, please. Please swap Torb. Your Hanzo's goated. You're getting some damage out, but Torbjorn, that sustain, man, you just need it sometimes.
Yeah, and you know what? You need constant harassment is what you need right now.
Especially when you have a Wrecking Ball, a Sombra, and a Doomfist that all can be easily disrupted by just getting a little bit of extra damage on their heads.
Setting up here, they try to spread it across the way here just to cause them to peak, but they're getting a lot of value in there by being able to continue to touch, but then they clear the last couple of them off. That's pretty much a team kill. They're going to get all 3. The time to beat 3:25.
Okay, Hancock. I'm very interested to see what you pull out on attack. Please do not be looking at that timer. It did go down, which is always great to see, because it's always bad when it goes above 4 minutes and you just kind of put your head down on your desk and go, okay, new game.
And I forget exactly what the time is if the payload was never interrupted. It's 5:35, I think. Maybe if you're in chat, you can tell us the right answer to that. Okay. But Blue Springs now showing that they can get all the way to the end. They can get there in pretty good time, but that still is a beatable time. Hancock's got to be able to get eliminations really, really quick. You got to be able to get Blaze out, clear out real quick. And they're going with an interesting look for defense here. They're looking for more mobility, it would appear, instead of less push through us kind of thing. They're looking for elims.
So Blue Springs is basically gonna put a little damage in at that choke point, but really their play here is going off of those hacks coming out from Blaze, which Blaze was doing a fantastic job of getting them off in the first round. They are able basically to kite them out into space, onto the point. They won't get any ticks because they'll constantly have people bouncing in and out on that point, so it's going to remain contested, and they're just going to play off those hacks and wait for the opportunity to strike, and that's all they need to do to win here. So honestly, Hancock needs to be doing some spam, keeping in mind that they had the Sombra from the last round, who just chilled out in their back line, taking out that McCree. And we do see Casey Vet's also able to dive in and take out Lizard and get the boop kill on the Moira, following up with the Ana.
Very, very quick there, +4. The Monkey just getting in there and getting all that final damage. But they got a little bit too deep there. The dash, it's the 1v1. Clear versus Yeet now. And we'd like to see those Genjis fight.
We do. Sometimes you just gotta take those 1v1s. Right here, though, unfortunately for the side of Hancock, we don't see any spam coming out trying to scout out that Sombra. And you're aware with that Sombra being in your back line that they're just going to be chilling out there. I mean, honestly, Blaze has been doing a great job with their positioning for that engage to get the hack off. But it's easily counterable if you just turn fast enough.
Casey Vet really messing up the plans there of Hancock moving into position. They were +1, and then very quickly on that dirty Monkey. he jumps into position. Ult starting to come up here. We're going to see Casey Vet. We're going to see Beefarts also available. The clear is now available. I would love to see that Sig ult plus that Genji ult together, and I think that they can do it.
Well, we did hear the Sig ult pop, and it did pick up Fire Panther. Blizzard's going to go down very shortly thereafter, as well as Brill and Lazy Pink. They don't even need that Genji Blade. Honestly, I think they're holding out till Ice-T gets that nano so they can pull off, you know, the Wham Bam Genji combo. However, with that in mind, both their tank ults are down. Glaceon has their ultimate, and Blaze does as well. If Blaze uses EMP, they should only use Genji Blade and not Nano at the same time, because you don't want to expel 3 ultimates in that regard so quickly when you don't have your tank ults ready for the next fight.
Yeah, Blizzard has Shatter. We're about to see the Roadhog ult come up as well on the side of Hancock. And they're moving into position. They're, oh my goodness, just eliminated so quickly. Getting out, healing up, coming back. Let's take another fight. Clear. Still looking for an opportunity to use that blade. Does not have the benefit of nanoing that sucker, so it's just going to have to be just a good ult. There's the one I was talking about just a moment ago. It's coming out, and there is the blade. He pulled it up so fast. That's 1. That's 2. My goodness. Well done. Well done. You're 1v1ing those guys in the closet, and you win. Oh, my.
And they didn't even use Nano or EMP, so now going into this next fight, they're probably going to EMP in range so that their Genji can get some poke damage through the window, while Glaceon also gets some kill damage through that window. Glaceon's been clicking some heads through it anyway. And then, yep, we hear the Nano come out. I'm not quite sure who it landed on, but they're doing work.
And as we come into this, inside of 1 minute, 45 seconds left, Blue Springs has the ult advantage. Not enough coming up for Hancock. They're down 3. They're going to get 1 fight. They're going to have to take it dry. You're going to have to look for some individual play and eliminations. If you can find out the Blaze, get rid of the Blaze. If you can find Casey Vet early and clear, get rid of them very quickly. You might be able to win this one. But Blaze getting the better angle. Drops that one more time. This is going to be an EMP fight win. I can just see it coming.
I unfortunately think that is what's going to end up happening. We have Blaze chilling out here at the corner rotation point to get as many people in their LOS for this ultimate as possible. And they pump it right at choke point. We see Clear has already picked up 3. No one's going to be able to touch, and that is hybrid in favor of Blue Springs.
Blue Springs is victorious, and we have to give them all the props. They managed to put it together. They won more fights in the end, especially map 2, map 3. They showed that they can win the fights that are in front of them. And if you're going to have to go against them and you're in the Missouri High School Esports Association, watch a little bit of the way that they play together. There were a couple of times where we had individual tanks trailing teams coming into a fight. And when you line up like that, and you've got a team who can call the next target, call the next target, call the next target, you're just going to walk into the meat grinder of sorts. Good to see Blue Springs, playing strong here, and it'll be good to watch them this season. So here's what we should offer up to you. You are watching the Missouri High School Esports Association Overwatch, which we are very proud to be able to bring you this spring season. 8 weeks of this. Plus the playoffs and championships. So what we're going to do right now, nerds, we'll just take a real quick short break. When we return, we'll see a very cool anticipated matchup. Well, Maplewood and Richmond. So don't go away. We're excited to bring you this, and we'll be back in a quick 3 minutes.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Legendary parts, for legendary wins. Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Welcome back, friends. Here we are. You're going to see some pretty cool schools. You're going to see Blue Springs again. You recognize that big purple cat. But we're going to introduce you to a new friend, Maplewood Richmond Heights. I'm just going to call him Maplewood from now on because you know what? 6 syllables. That's a lot for a name. It sounds like a sitcom star from the early 2000s. They all had 3, 4 names. Okay, so here we are in the beautiful Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena, and if you'll notice, well, other than my crazy hair on the top here, we're kitted out in Valentine's theme. It's kind of nice. There's a lot of love here, and there may be some love between these two teams. Nerdy, you've got Maplewood, you've got Blue Springs. But they're going to face off a little bit deeper on their roster. These are bona fide JV squads that are going to be competing in this game. Based on what you know on Blue Springs, do you think that carries all the way through the lineup here?
I would have to think so. I did not personally recognize Clear from earlier in the fall, so I feel like they were pulled up on the roster a little bit previously.
Maybe so.
And so if that is the level of caliber of people on their roster in general, that they can just kind of shift them up and they gel right into what they already had going for them, I have full faith that this other Blue Springs squad will be doing just as well, if not better, possibly because they're being underestimated. Because, you know, when you're a squad 1 versus a squad 2, even though if you're the same caliber of players, having that number 2 next to your name, or the JV versus the varsity, somehow makes people think that, you know, they can underestimate you, or they will underestimate you.
They may.
Advantage.
Yeah, okay, so 5 maps set for us right now. Best of 5. We're going to see Control, we're going to see Assault, we're going to see Hybrid, we'll see Escort, and we'll see Control again, but only if we get to all 5 maps. We're going to start again on Nepal because that is the map of the week. Now, we can get any 3 of these. Which is your favorite of the 3 for Nepal?
Personally, it has to be, this is going to be surprising, it's actually Village.
What? Who says that? Maplewood versus Blue Springs, of course, in the purple, for this match. Here we go. Drop it in.
And it's Village.
It is Village. Here we go.
Okay. So looking on the side of Blue Springs right now, they're pulling out that Brigitte Moira and Zarya Reinhardt with a May McCree. That is a comp we're very familiar with here at Boise State. You know, it's wall and maul. That's all you got to do to win. So go to point quickly and hunker down. Don't fight out in the open space. Whereas Maplewood is going to be playing that poke and damage the front line game a little bit more. They do have Silver there on the Ashe, as well as a Junkrat. However, you've got Newton on that Lucio to allow for extra speed with their Reinhardt. So that has to be a fight on point situation. So they have to have Celine engaging no matter what.
Big fight on point. Nobody goes down. How is that even possible? Doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah,
He was close.
I figured so many would go down, but they're going to give up that point. They're going to look for that opportunity to re-engage, make sure that those cooldowns are in the right position. Where's that Ryan? You got to find him out, see if they can get in there to make that happen. Big swing it away. Oh, it's the first one to come up with the shatter. Drops big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down on the side of Blue Springs. Take a nap. That's a team wipe. Maplewood, Richmond, hello. We're here to play.
Okay, so Blue Springs, their re-engage opportunity is coming right now. We've got Sulk right there with that Coalescence, which we all admit is just basically on a 30-second cooldown. We've got Cone almost with his ultimate as well. Wrong Wizard very, very close to that rally, and Big Dog has his shatter. He just got a little bit, his brain got messed with the other Reinhardt with that first shatter coming out. So, you know, if Sulk decides to coalescence the Reinhardt in, the Brig gets a stun on that Rein, easy shatter in onto the back line. So let's see if they can pull off that combo right here.
And they've got the advantage coming in. The Coalescence comes out, doing a lot of sustain. Big goes down again. For some reason, he just gets him out there, and they can't keep him up. And being down one, that is a problem. They're chasing around. It's Lucky right now, trying to get a little bit of Moira damage, but they're going to hold that point, keep that clock ticking. They're going to pass 85 right here. They're not getting a ton of eliminations with the exception of that big first fight win, or technically second fight win, but they've got all the ults here. They can sustain that space. Weird rotation. It comes out. Orange goes down. The little bit of an advantage right now for Blue Springs, but they even it out with that tire. Big grab comes out as well. Can you get another elimination? We're into overtime. You have to full clear this point to make it work if you're Blue Springs. And it looks like Maplewood is going to be able to hang on to this unless, well, they flip it. They flip it. It was a caster curse. All I had to do was say that they were going to do it, and then they were wrong.
Okay, so looking on the side of Blue Springs right now, we have two major CC ultimates that hopefully aren't going to get popped at the same time. Popping Grab and Mail just does nothing when they're both coming from the same team. You're better off using one ult to counter an ultimate from the enemy team, but the side of Maplewood, Newt popped their sound barrier during that fight, pre-grab, thinking that they had it in the bag, and now they are going into both these ultimates where sound barrier would be very nice to have. So Lucky needs to get Orange in on this fight very quickly and eliminate those threat points, or we're going to have a problem. We do see the May's going to go down. However, they already lost one of their heroes, but they're +1 right now, and it looks like they're going to be able to take this point
+2.
with neither
Maplewood.
of the CC ultimates coming out. Keep
that Ryan up, and you've got a chance for this. They're going to re-engage right there. The grab comes out. Moira ends up back in it. The tire out gets one. But this is still Maplewood's point to take. They just got to clear it. Looks like they do. The clock ticks down, resets that timer right there. You've got the Ryan. He gets triggered, and who wouldn't get triggered? Of course, the May. That's her block. That's just going to be a little bit of a delay, and it's not going to be enough. Maplewood Richmond takes .1 here on Nepal.
Newt did a great job of using his sound barrier there at the very end to sustain. I just wish Blue Springs had they got a second sound barrier in there at the end. And the side of Blue Springs, they had those two CC ultimates the fight before that, and they knew that Lucio had no sound barrier. That was their opportunity to pop them then. However, they ended up popping both in tandem, right after the other, midway through sound barrier. So it was almost like they couldn't do anything to take down those extra shields that Maplewood had. Going into this next fight, however, it looks like both teams are swapping their strategies up just a tiny bit, as we do see Sunboss on the side of Blue Springs going in favor of that Genji, but they don't have an Ana, so we won't be seeing a Nano Blade coming out anytime soon. And we've got Silver, instead of being on that Ashe, going for the Pharah, so it's going to be boot play here coming out from the side of Maplewood.
They're coming downstairs here on main. They go right to point, and they're not getting a good rotation here. Look at how strung out Blue Springs is. They're starting to come back together. But all you got to do is provide a little pressure as they get back onto main, looking for stairs opportunity. You spent all your good cooldowns right there. No friend bubble. Now you got to hold that shield up, and you're just going to get picked down just a bit at a time. They've got a whole lot of explosive damage on the side of, Maplewood Richmond. But it's even right now. Oh, down one on Richmond's side. You don't have a lot of damage. You're missing your big shield. You're looking for that opportunity, but way low is Big is going to get picked at, you got to keep him up or you're going to lose this fight. He's like literally one there. He finally goes down. That's going to be Maplewood to win this fight.
Unfortunately, they did lose their Mercy, so Silver's going to have to kite back, or Lucio will have to kite back and get some speed boost. Taxi going for their Mercy to get back. We do see Farah is staying in, so is Lucio, so they're just kind of leaving Mercy to get back on her own. That can be a little risky taking these early engages with only one support, especially with it being a Lucio because the heals are much lower. They do lose their Reinhardt. So long as Zarya can get that ally bubble out at the right time, though,
Shatter up.
they can possibly get off a res, but Big Doggo has that Shatter, open opportunity.
Oh, eliminated,
but the rocket
holding
barrage
that.
from Silver.
Yeah, Big goes back to the start again, does not collect $200. Oh, big team wipe. Kone just barely eliminated. Oh, sweep the leg. That's how you do it. You just want to eliminate all of them. So they're going to be coming back in with a really important one. Still only 50%. You got time here. But Orange, Fish Sticks, and now Newt, all coming up with their ults, which are going to have a big difference. I think that you can do a lot of zoning with this tire right here because they don't have a lot that can poke at it.
Yeah, we did see CC Fish able to get both supports with that tire last time. The Shatter's going to come out, though. This might be a time to use Coalescence to get your Rhine in there and get that enemy shield down. We do see Lucky go down to the McCree as well as Silver from Maplewood, so now they're +2. They've popped the Rhine Shatter. Rhine is, however, very low right now, and we're popping Coalescence finally on point to try and do some cleanup on that Lucio, but I don't know if they'll be able to catch him.
Yeah, and you know what? I would like to see in that Coalescence come out when the Rhine charged to keep your Rhine up and guarantee you kind of lucked out that you didn't lose your Rhine on that push right there. I mean, really, the Coalescence is designed to just go through the Rhine at all times, not to get eliminations. Uh-oh, here it comes. We've got Fish Sticks spinning his little tire, looking for some damage. Not on camera. Where are we going to see that sucker? Maybe it was eliminated on the way. I didn't see it blow up.
I didn't see it blow up either, so it's still going. I think, oh, nope, there he is. So it did blow up. We didn't see it happen, though. Silver's going to pick up one. Orange is going to pick up one. Lucky also going with the Battle Mercy's going to pick one. Cone, however, did pick up CC Fish. Maybe we'll see a res come out because it is mid-fight, between fights. Yes, so now we've got a cooldown waiting for Lucky. Hopefully they don't lose anyone on their side.
I don't think anybody can touch. I think this is it. I think boom, there it is.
Yep, that is it.
Okay, Maplewood Richmond saying, hello everybody, is this the party we're supposed to be at? Very cool stuff. Hey, if you like Boise State, which I hope you do, we're always looking for folks. So if you're talented Overwatch, League of Legends, Rocket League, maybe you're talented at production, maybe you're much better at this making words talk thing on camera than I am, then you should reach out to us. boisestate.edu/esports. How'd I do, Koba? Was my read good there, or do I need to go back and practice that? Okay, he says it was beautiful. Joining me, of course, the perfect nerdy. Those ears, though, right? Those ears.
Yes.
We've seen it. Maplewood Richmond takes a 1-game lead here on Blue Springs. Probably the best-known program that we've spoken about over the last 6 months of covering Missouri high school esports. But they've demonstrated that this JV squad is actually pretty dang good and made short work, 2-point work of that first control map.
Yeah, both teams definitely showed their prowess. I feel like in some of these cases with these comps that they're running, it is kind of, if you can get to the point and anchor down and bunker, you will cap to 100. It's just how they end up working out. However, going into this next one, we're going into King of the Hill, so I'm hoping to see like kind of more brawly comps come out from both these sides and less of the Pharah Echo play. Granted, I understand everybody loves Pharah Echo, so I get it. I won't be angry with it. But that does open up the avenue for Hitscan to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and as we saw in the last one, if you can counter with a Soldier 76, your ult can wipe out the Air Force. So
exactly. So
Hanamura is what we're doing next. 2CP, everybody's favorite map is a 2CP. But as we come out on this, are we going to see a May? Perhaps we've seen those before. I think we're probably going to continue to see the Junkrat, which is good. What do you think we're going to see?
Honestly, on attack, probably Ryan Zarya. If not Ryan Zarya, they might go Sigma Hog just so that they can have the tanks with more self-sustain to get through the choke point and take more pressure while the DPS dive in. But it's going to be ultimately up to how the teams feel comfortable playing on this map. Hanamura is special. for everyone a little bit because of that snowball ability that this map has. You have to be really careful with your initial comps that you choose, and you have to be ready to counter that snowball dive coming back if the enemy team has the ability to do so. And it looks like we've got Blue Springs as Team 1 on defense. We have Silver Rank on the Bastion with the Baptiste. However, there's no Mei. We've got CC Fish on the Junkrat, which normally with this comp we would see a Mei to help protect that Bastion just a tiny bit more, but Blue Springs has the Symmetra. If they are attacking right now, if their plan's the TP point, they need to make sure they're out of the LOS of that Bastion.
Yes, but I don't think they have any idea that the Bastion is there. They're going to try to set up. Ryan's swinging away. Big, he's got to get his team into position so that they can lay that teleport down. It does look like they are rotating together for the purpose of moving somewhere, but they may go actually high ground over here. That may be the place they want to move to, unless they, nope, there they go. They've teleported. Where'd they go? Hot dog, where'd they go? And the Mei behind to just prevent that movement. The Bastion not getting a lot of value. He's got to move to be able to get any value. Gets one, and then goes down himself.
And we've got Viz right now on the Zarya getting pretty low, but Moira's getting enough sustain out to keep them alive. The other Zarya is getting pretty high charge though, as the Reinhardts take each other out off the edge. Enjoy your trip. Now it's just the supports on point right now, and I think Zarya's going to be able to clean them up. I don't foresee the ability for them to get an extra touch out from Blue Springs right now, unless they swap their entire comp, but it's not really worth losing those ultimates. The side of Maplewood has Earthshatter almost ready. They've almost got that grab. Newt, however, is swapping the Baptiste for a Lucio.
Yep, looking for an opportunity to spin around that bell and maybe get a boop off the side so that you can get play of the game. Here we go. Bastion set up there, just continuing to do damage. Oh, you forgot to reload. Come on now. Don't do that. There we go. High ground a little bit. Drops into recon mode. Gets a little bit of damage out there. Got to get the right spot there. You can always jump into that position. That's a good one. Shatter comes out, but he's going to continue to put the damage down. Eliminated real quick there by the Fire Strike. Well, excuse me, by the Ash. This is big time now in the favor of Maplewood Richmond, who's going to be able to pull those folks back into position. But they did get Blue Springs. Oh, huge shatter coming out. Who are you going to pin? There's one. Swing, swing, swing. Can you get the second one? And check me out. Although eliminated, that was a beautiful combination. Now it's a foot race to see who can get into position faster.
Yeah, Blue Springs, however, has 69 on that Graviton Surge, whereas the side of Maplewood on defense has that grab fully ready to go. So they're going to need to be careful. Wrong Wizard has to use that Eye Field at the right time now because the cooldown's just too dang long in order for it to be used early in a fight and for the Graviton Surge. So it's going to be a little risky right now for Maplewood to, well, not Maplewood, for Blue Springs if they get trapped in that grab.
Oh, the Rhines going head-to-head, not enough support, although the bubble was nice. We lose one of the Rhines right away. Oh, that's dangerous. You got to move into position when you got him. The Bastion out again, ready to go full tank mode on him, looking for the right opportunity. Maybe, oh, there we go. Big boom coming. Who you got? Who you got? Double bubble out. All you got to do is circle back, kaboom. Oh. I only got one? That was surprising to me. I thought he'd get like 9.
You know, sometimes it works in your favor and sometimes it doesn't. That's okay.
Yeah.
We do see Bastion out here, though, trying to be really beefy on the front line, coming out of Ultimate with a high charge Zarya in their face. So Silver's got to kite back very quickly. And looking like right now, Maplewood has their, yep, there's the Lucio sound barrier, but they aren't going to be able to get it because Lucio's going to go down first.
+4.
And this Bastion's
about to be +5. Well, +4 with the Bastion going down, but that's going to do it. 30 seconds left. They're going to get a couple of ticks up here. Blue Springs, because they had that little advantage, going to be able to cover it real quick. And that was a big team wipe. It is so hard to hold this full point for a full 721 minutes or whatever it takes. But now, with a very low amount of time for second point, 3 minutes and change, Blue Springs is going to have to try to get the right ult combination to get a quick group elimination on point there so that they can just pick off the stragglers. But it is really hard to capture this point.
Honestly, push up, jump tire right now, get the window out on cone so they can get some extra damage, get Bob by the end of the fight, and go to point.
Yep. Don't save your ults. If you got him coming in here, that's what you want. You got time to earn him back, but not if you hang on to him for another 30 seconds.
Unfortunately, because of the amount of spawn, the length from spawn to the point just takes 2 Dostra and Lon. You've got about 2 clean fights. We do see the Shatter coming out right now onto
That's a
Nuke.
benefit
So there goes the sustain for the side of Maplewood. However, grab was already used, and there's a counter Shatter coming out. They've lost Big Doggo. I think Blue Springs might have to just wait this one out.
Yep, get out or die, right? Get out, jump off, die. Well, you would know as a longtime Diva player. You know your call-outs by what you can jump off of. Okay, they're trying to get into position again, but they've only got 2 minutes left. They're going to have to try to charge some of these very quickly. They're probably going to have this coalescence. They're going to have the grab. They're going to have Shatter relatively soon. But that 1v1 has been favoring, big old Orange for these matchups so far. That's the matchup you got to win right now. The Ryan v Ryan, and then you can take this point.
And Sunboss is able to take out 2 with that tire ultimate right there. And then we're having the Moira Coalescence follow up for some sustain. There isn't a lot of target focus, however, coming out because no one was hopping in that beam. So I think Lucky might be a little unlucky right here.
Yeah, Lucky spent all the cooldowns in one motion and nothing to get him by. It was a nice little move. Very nice. Of course, the lamp comes out. Big Shatter. That came fast. Very, very good. Now, just disorganize. You got to focus your targets here, and you got to find who you got to get. You got sort of a tick there, but not a huge one to make that happen.
Unfortunately, and that's just how that goes when you don't have target focus. No one goes down fast enough, and it looks like Blue Springs is going to be able to get 2 ticks on the point right now. However, they are at the 1 minute mark, and if they lose 1, they lost 2. It might be time to call a quick reset because this is the only opportunity to do it. If you stagger too much here, you're going to lose the fight.
Yeah.
But they get it anyway. That
was pretty impressive. The Reaper came out on the side of Maplewood, but it wasn't quite enough to get them all the way there. All right, time to flip sides here. We're going to see Maplewood now doing the good work. Time is everything. They did a nice job holding them back. If they can get first point quickly, they can outrun Blue Springs to this. But this may be their map. Blue Springs seems very, very comfortable here in the rustic downtown of Hanamura.
I agree with you on that one, but I feel like there is a viable strategy that both of these teams could disrupt one another with. We do see Maplewood on the attack going with the Symmetra as well, but they don't have a Mei, and that Mei wall is really important to cutting off that damage to get onto the teleporter pad so that your team can get through safely. And unfortunately, we've got Cone on the side of Blue Springs with that Dynamite ready to go with a Mercy boost. So if they call out that TP and decide to not kill it and wait for everyone to come through, a damage boosted Dynamite going onto that lands onto 1 or 2 of those squishies, they're going to get burned alive.
Yes, they are. Now, as we prep for this, just about 7 seconds left before they rotate in. The Mei, I think you're right, is going to be the key to this. Can they sustain long enough once they get there? They know they can get there. Just about everybody can get there. But what do you do when you get there? That is the big question. All right, moving into position. Maplewood Richmond trying to get the right angle. The Roadhog for Orange just continuing to poke. A lot of sustain there. They spent that really, really quick. They put that teleport in a strange spot. There was somebody up there to take care of it. I'm not sure exactly who it was, but that is going to put a lot of advantage on the side of Blue Springs now, who's going to be able to get these. I mean, look at these ults. 25% higher on our Junkrats there.
And we do see that Silver swapped off of the Symmetra in favor of the Echo. Unfortunately, pathing left side out of spawn to try and get that teleporter pad down just doesn't work out mainly in your favor because it's a lot of open space and damage easily put out from the defending side, whereas going from the other side tends to work more in your favor. But we see the Reinhardt go down. Wizard, however, is going to be able to get that res off. Silver's going to go down to Sun, and we see Orange pick up the Junkrat, so this is going to be a reset for the side of Maplewood. Yeah,
Maplewood's like, everybody come back, let's play some video games, let's get ready to come together. Why are you taking Poke out there? You definitely don't want to do that. Blue Springs on their first Symmetra push knew exactly what they needed to do and what everybody's job was. Then Maplewood kind of came in and said, yeah, let's do something like that. And then they're like, wait, what do we do again? And now they're trying to get back to the more of a brawly 1v1 type of comp. Now, Fish Sticks with something that can definitely turn this fight fight on a point like this when you got everybody, pushed together by the door there. Big doing a nice job putting in position here, but your shield's getting low. You got to dip to that side. What happened there? Somebody got sucked in. Oh, it was the hog. Orange, now 97%, is going to be able to throw everybody back here. Oh, takes him down.
Multiple ultimates as well as a tire coming out. The sound barrier, the Zen ultimate, both from Maplewood. They have very low sustainability because of playing 2 flex supports. But Roadhog's just going to boop both people off the back of the map and say, see ya.
That is why you want to keep on to that that ability right there. That's why you do it, because you want that just beautiful boot moment. Just eliminating the last few right there. Still contested, but only for another moment. They're going to end up adding 1.5 minutes to this.
All right, so Newt, I know you're very proficient on the Lucio, but I'm going to tell you now, man. You might want to swap in favor of that Mercy.
It's Lucy no time. You only got 8% on that. Make a swap.
2 flex supports in this case, because of the way this comp needs to be played, there is not enough sustain for your tanks right now if they take a lot of damage, and there is a lot of damage coming out from the side of Blue Springs in the form of that damage boosted Ashe as well as Sunboss on that Junkrat. So your support swaps are really important to keep in mind in these cases because of the comp you're going into. Lucio Zen does work sometimes, but I don't think it's going to work here.
Silver doing a nice job getting an angle on there, as is Fish Sticks as well. Who is the clone going to come out on? The duplication. Silver ready to do that almost any second now. They're just kind of facing off here going, what are we doing? We're going up here? We're not going up here? What are we doing? They're kind of holding that spot. Rotate. Make them fight where you want to fight. Don't just fight them where they're waiting for you to fight. Oh, somebody on point. Who is that? It was Fish Sticks.
It was Fish Sticks.
Go back to start. This is 1 down. Orange goes down because no support with him to keep him up. That is going to be a big turn of events there. Fish Sticks going to be the first to spawn back, but you guys got to get out. Don't take poke. Don't take poke.
You don't have the sustain for your supports to take poke.
Viz, you don't. Viz, you got your ult. Quit poking.
You're like medium charge. Just chill out, please.
Yeah. There we go.
Unfortunately. For Maple, they need to make this a dry fight unless they get early picks, not just early 2 picks.
Oh, the clone comes out at Zarya. How quickly can you get that grab? There it is. Real quick. Well, that's the other grab, excuse me. Real quick, pushing out there. Doing a nice job putting that together. Zarya, can you get a second ult? Almost. Maybe so. It could happen.
The tire coming out.
There it is.
And there's the sound barrier coming off from the side of Maplewood right now. However, it's getting melted down very quickly on Newt. Lucky also had to pop their Transcendence early on for the engage. They're now down 1 on the side of Maplewood. 5 in fight, 4 in fight now with the Zenyatta gone. Roadhog lands the hook on Sulk, but they're going to be able to survive with that phase coming out. We have Silver swamping off of that Echo in favor of McCree. Newt is still staying on that Lucio, and Lucky X is still staying on that Zenyatta.
Yeah.
Orange is now swapping in favor of a ball.
Okay.
I genuinely think it might be time to swap off Newt.
Yeah, Newt. I know you're feeling good here, but they're looking just maybe for a little bit more sustain on there. But if you need the more sustain, it's not the beat that's going to do it. It's the lamp. We did not address the sad moment where Bob decided to take a big jump into the trees down below. It was a little bit of a misfire on the Bob. Bob went chasing after somebody. It turns out he was chasing after birds. Unfortunate. Here we go, setting up again.
On a trip.
Yep, setting up, doing a nice job here, just building that ult as quickly as you can. Hopefully Bob will stick around a little bit more. And this, ball with the initiation, but doesn't get any support to sustain and goes away very quickly. Big doing a nice job recovering as the Rhine. Lost a lot of those Rhine 1v1s against Orange last time, doing much better this time.
There's a flanking Junkrat who just picked up 2. Granted, there was a Mercy res, but had he rounded that corner during the res and just popped tire and blown the Mercy to high heaven, they could have had a clean engage there. Yep. I understand holding your ultimate, but sometimes you just got to go for it. Yeah, there may have been a little bit of pre-fight planning. We're looking to put our tire with something and just did not press Q when felt like you needed to press Q. There it comes out now. But everybody's pretty well sustained up here. Gets 1. Big Daddy goes down. That could be a meaningful one, but they're evening out. Viz goes down. Rhine comes back up. Now it looks like Blue Springs fight again. They get Fish Sticks. They get Orange. I think
Sulk goes down. Am I saying that right? Sulk? Sulk. Sulk? I'll just keep saying it until someone corrects me. Here we go. Only 20 seconds left. Nerdy, what are we going to see here?
Well, we've got a Wrecking Ball from Orange still, who has the ability to touch. Silver's almost got their ultimate as well. Newt probably is going to hang on to that Lucio sound barrier for the absolute last minute, possibly on the engage to get some extra shields to get through that choke point. But someone needs to touch, and they need to do it soon.
And no one touches. They didn't even pull out the grab to like hold back that charging group, and they were all coming through the same way. That was the opportunity there. My goodness. Well, lots going on here. I think you're familiar with the Idaho Army National Guard. If you've been watching a little bit longer, you've heard me say the Idaho Army National. But they are a very proud supporter of Boise State, and our top plays, which we often include in these broadcasts, are presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you, and I mean you, I'm talking to you, to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for by the Idaho Army National Guard. It's the best team out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. Okay, that's one map aside now. No, one map aside, 2 minutes. Yeah, that's one map aside now. Hey, yeah. we got a match. We got a match now.
This next one's anyone's game. Are we going into, I want to say it's hybrid?
So this should be, yes, hybrid. Yep, hybrid, then escort, then control not played in the series, which for the Missouri group is almost always determined ahead of time.
Okay.
Is it?
So we're probably going to see Eichenfeld again?
Which would you like to see?
Honestly,
by the way,
I'd like to see
I don't have
Kings
any
Row.
influence here. You'd like to see Kings Row?
Yes.
That's really odd for you to say. Scrims Row, the most popular place. Who does it favor? If we end up on Kings Row, who's it favor?
I don't feel like it favors either team because it is a map that is so heavily practiced by everybody. It is the opportunity for one team to really come out on top and kind of gas out the other team. And I feel like Blue Springs might become a little bit gassed if they're forced, to go into an extended fight on either point 1 or point 2 on Kings Row, and that'll give an opportunity for this other team to come out on top a little bit more. It's that exhaustion factor that not everyone's used to, but we're going to see Blizzard World.
Let's go, Blizzard World. I like me some Blizzard World. This is a fun one. I would go to that theme park. I would like it a lot. Too. Especially if it's as empty as it is. I mean, there's like no one ever there. You can get right on all the rides. Flight to Duskwood, you can get on all of them. Okay, I actually think this favors Blue Springs in this case, and hear me. You've got a lot of skybox available to you. You've got so much available to you, and you're going to see again. I think with Blue Springs that very successful Echo Pharah combination, which they've just gotten a lot of success with. They keep Orange down, which is what's important to see. Oh, we've got a flip of teams here, I believe. Yeah, we'll flip these teams here momentarily.
And we actually see that Newt is not going on the Lucio. We've got them on the Moira this time. And Vise, who was previously playing that Zarya and the tank picks, is now choosing to go with the flex support role. We've got Silver on that Reaper. Lucky is going to be on the Wrecking Ball with Orange on Sigma, and Fish is on that Junkrat once again. The side of Blue Springs, we've got Doggo on that Orisa though, and they've got Diva this time going in with the Orisa, so that shield is going to stay up for a very long time. Feathering Defense Matrix in tandem with rotating that shield out is very hard to get rid of it. So I feel like this one is going to be up to positioning and taking these fights in the right positions for both these teams. As we do see Wrong Wizard's going to get caught out, unfortunately, by Silver. So going down their main support for Blue Springs already, this might be an easy take fight for Maple.
It may be. We also see a role swap. We've got Lucky actually on the ball in this case. Blue Springs are doing a nice job holding, sustaining, just making sure that they can give a little bit of space, but they need those eliminations, and they're getting them. Big being heavily pocketed there. The Zen keeps finding Big and the Orisa on the other side and just bringing them down. But big eliminations. 1, 2, 3. You got to just sustain a little bit here. You've got to get all of them. They're chasing back in. 1 elimination on Fish Sticks. But this now is definitely in the favor of Maplewood Richmond as they eliminate 3 on point. The biggest is the tank. Nobody is able to touch. They're going to take that first point pretty quick.
Okay, so You know I absolutely adore and love D.Va, but in this case, I feel like Blue Springs needs to drop D.Va in favor of maybe a Zarya or even a Roadhog, possibly Sigma for a double shield, just because on the side of Maplewood, if you look at their comp, other than that Zenyatta and maybe a very poor position Junkrat or Reaper, that D.Va Bomb's not going to do a whole lot because they're not intending on staying behind shields and staying in open space where D.Va Bombs are very viable.
There's too much space, not enough places to pocket, to collect them. And honestly, who are you going to chase as D.Va, right? I mean, one of her biggest abilities is that ability to get up and mess with somebody who is high or out of reach. They don't have those folks. They're pretty brawly right now, especially with that ball. Jumping in again, they get the ball down to half. You got to bring those folks up. Coalescence online for Blue Springs. But of course, the Sigil comes out quickly. They're going to get one elimination. In fact, they get maybe one of the most powerful. Coalescence comes out on the other side. This is big time in the favor of Maplewood Richmond if they can stay sustained. They do. In fact, that is 3 down fully on the side of Blue Springs. They're going to back up. They've just got to reorganize. Oh, late elimination because you couldn't get Big out of there. Jumping back in. Okay, maybe that's the way to do it, but you're adding 10 seconds to the clock time. Maybe D.Va fly the other direction. Yeah, they weren't going to be able to recontest anyway, so there you go. That's 2 points now on the side of Maplewood Richmond.
You've got Fozzie not swapping off, but if they're going to use this self-destruct, they need to use it before that payload rounds that second corner here. Otherwise, there's just too many hideaways for the enemy team to take advantage of, and it's going to become a zoning ult.
Oh, why? Not only did you lose your timer on that, adding another 25 seconds to it, but there was no chance you were going to get him up. Oh, I feel bad. And it's the support players like, I'm going to sacrifice myself to get to you and to save you. No, the fight was lost. Get out. Just get out.
We do see Blue Springs, though, camping out on 5 ultimates right now. They need to pop one of them to try and gain some space and slow this payload down. They don't have a lot of shields, and so they're just chronically backing up, but Reaper's just going to drop in and ultimately take out 4 on the side of Blue Springs, so this payload's just getting free space right now. There's no one to contest it. They need to throw an ult out just for zoning at this point.
Yep, and they're going to sit on a ton of ults there, and they're going to go down. Oh, that's nothing worse than being in the spawn and having your ult that has no value. That's just a lack, I think, of coordination on that. What do we want to do when we've got it? And honestly, really good job by Maplewood of continuing the stagger. They just kept staggering those folks and getting them going. Right? You just couldn't put it together. They wanted some win conditions there. They could not find those win conditions, unfortunately.
Yeah, and as much as it sounds horrible, but when you get bad spawned, I understand get out or die, just die into the enemy team so you spawn back faster and try not to use any of your abilities that have an extended timer past your lifetime. Yeah. Ergo, the ones that don't reset upon respawn. So like the Mercy res, there it was just 2v1 and then it was a 1v1 with the enemy team. You were better off just hanging on to that one. And that D.Va self-destruct that was hung onto for so long should have been thrown out once they hit that second point and after they came inside. Time to swap the Zarya.
Time to swap the Zarya. For those of you doing your bingo cards, your nerdy vocab bingo cards at home, Ergo was dropped. That is I7 on your card. Ergo. Okay. Let's set this sucker up. They've got to get 3 points. They've got to do it quick. 4:10 on the timer is a really big one. They've got to get some eliminations. And it looks like they may have put together a composition that will be able to do that. But they got to keep Big alive. And Wrong Wizard they're going to be able to jump on some folks. This is kind of Ooga Booga-ish, I think. We'll see if there is enough sustain. Find a target, go get him. The wall out really early for Silver. That's not what you want. You don't want that. Oh, chased him down. Can you get? Oh, yes, dog. Gets him. Yep, Sticks goes down. Sorry, Fish Sticks. Oh, Silver eliminating.
All right,
Big
so
old
as
dog.
much as I love the Moira pick, I was a Moira main once as well. It may be more in favor for you to swap the Ana in this case. Give your Reinhardt more sustain. You can always do Death Blossom or a Genji Blade. And honestly, Maplewood has got a brawly comp. You won't be dove. Swap to the Ana. You don't need nearly as much speed on the main support as you think you do with the Moira's utility. It's okay.
Yeah, exactly. The problem is you're at that dangerous point as a Moira player. Like, well, I'm 40% to my ult. Do I want to switch off right now? Yes, the answer is yes.
40% to your ult.
The right comp is always more powerful than every ultimate. Getting the right comp. Here we go. Setting it up. The Mei. Silver doing a nice job. Mei is Bay, by the way. Doing a nice job. Just kind of slowing them down. Playing the angle really well. We're going Christmas themed here. Maybe there were no rules against that this time. But you know what? I don't care. I love the alternate versions of the map. Mei, very, very clean. Going to be able to zone. If they come main right here, you're going to have your ult up. Blizzard's going to be able to drop, and hopefully they're going to be able to capitalize on that. Don't just slow them down. You got to make sure you get that Rhine in there so you can get all the fire on the Rhine early and eliminate them.
I really like seeing right now what's coming out from the side of Maplewood. They are taking the early poke fight damage, and as they see the side of Blue Springs point come up more, they're backing off to point where they have the higher advantage. We do have double coalescences coming out post the shatter. There comes the Mei ult, but Big Doggo is going to take out 2 before the Mei ult even completely lands.
Nice! Very good. Now, Richmond in a weird spot right here. We're going to go over to, yep, they're going to get them. They're going to be able to prevent them from taking much of the point. No ticks being added at this point, but Lucky goes down. That's going to create a problem for Maplewood. They're doing more damage. That Mei getting so much value right now. The tire in play gets 2! My goodness, and D-Mex, Fish Sticks recovering after that terrible hallway loss. Can they get a tick? Yes, they get 1. Can they get 2 full ticks? Nice job coming in and doing the good work here to prevent them from taking too much of this. But there's so many on point now. 4 on the Maplewood side at its height, and they're going to move off very quickly. The ults, though, who do they favor?
The ults are definitely still favoring Richmond right now. They've got that Zen trance. We do see Sunboss with that Reaper ultimate. However, there's so much BP sustain, and the characters on the side of Maplewood, like Mei, can just cryo, can wall off a Reaper ultimate. Zenyatta can honestly pop ult if he needs to keep Orange alive. Honestly, I wish we had the Ana on the side of Maplewood, and I wish we had the Ana on the side of Blue Springs as opposed to these Moiras, but it's totally okay. As we see double coalescences just coming out right now, not really picking anybody up. They are able to get
laser
Fish Sticks,
fight,
however, on the side of Blue Springs. So we are up 1 for Blue Springs, but Lucio's going to go down, Cone's going to go down, the Mei ult's going to drop, and the Reaper ult's going to come out. So now Maplewood's looking like they're going to just hang on to this point.
Yeah, they kind of went yard sale, unfortunately, though. If you're Maplewood, you spent a lot to win that one fight, and they're going to be able to come in contact right here. Can they? Oh, just a little bit of a tip. You just want to be able to hang around. Nice shatter, actually. Did you? Oh, is it probably not quick enough? There you go. You're going to be able to tick this overtime, and I think that there may be a little bit of advantage on Blue Springs. Maybe not. They did get a little bit more than 2 ticks there. The ball in play there, going to clear the point. No one able to touch. Oh, they do get 1 quick little touch with the Reaper. Reaper's going to get squished against the cart. Diva, now Baby Diva, now they're back. They're just going to be just a running. There's no ult in their library right now that's going to be able to clear that point for them. There is no win fight button. Ryan doing a nice job. Big Doggo trying to just clear a little bit of that point, but when you come in alone, there's no sustain. You go down like that. Wrong Wizard doing some bouncy. Get off my point, but you know what? You used your best ability. If they can focus you, which they don't appear to be able to focus you, you can be able to keep that going a little bit longer. Oh, but that overtime timer is so long in the tooth, it was unable to stay on there long enough when he bumped off there.
So that was Maplewood, right?
That was pretty much something there. Did you call it? I think you may have called it. Okay, so Boise State esports. Join us. Overwatch, League of Legends, Rocket League, production. How'd that read go? How'd I do on that one? Not good? Okay. All right. Well, we're going to work on the reads. So we've got 2 on the side of Maplewood. We've got 1 on the side of Blue Springs. Of course, this is best of 5. We're going to need to see some work because this is match map. This should be escort. We could see Dorado. We could see, what could we see?
Junkertown. You could see Rialto as well.
Yeah, we're not going to see Rialto from high school players. I would be just absolutely shocked. If they're choosing, no. They're gonna go for one of the fun ones. They're probably going to go for Junkertown. We're probably even going to see old school Junkertown, just absolute, just pirate ship comp.
I mean, if this works how it worked for our previous leagues, and the loser gets to pick from a certain set of maps, probably Junkertown would play more in favor of the side of Blue Springs because they favor those high skybox maps. So if that in mind, yeah, it's probably going to be Junkertown, but we could maybe see Dorado.
I was really impressed with the May play on this one, and it didn't work out, but they actually sustained and won a ton of fights because of it. Okay, so we've got Maplewood wins map 1. Blue Springs, of course, in the purple, wins map 2. And then we've got Maplewood winning map 3. Oh, boy, this kind of surprises me. Watch Point Gibraltar. This is a individual great player makes a difference kind of map. Okay, just a quick reminder. Blue Springs, Maplewood, Richmond, here in the Missouri High School Esports Association Overwatch matchup. We're going to be doing 8 weeks of these. Very excited. It's going to be very, very cool. Okay, dropping in here. Yep.
We've got Blue Springs right now. It looks like they're going to be the ones on defense first, and then we've got Maplewood Richmond on attack first. The side of Blue Springs is favoring a Bastion comp setup. Never mind, they're swapping over to a soldier. They just
Sun is back in. Just so you know, Sun is back in for Blue Springs.
Hopefully they'll be able to use that healing pad to help sustain their Reinhardt just a tiny bit. He needs a little bit more help right now, especially, and hopefully he doesn't lose line of sight on both of his supports, because if he gets caught out, that's going to spell doom for any of their ability to sustain on that payload. We do see that we've got Lucky once again on that Wrecking Ball, kind of doing some disruption. And it looks like Sunboss over-rotated, got overextended, is in a position where he can be taken out. Somehow staying alive right now.
Absolutely. Oh, here we go. Eliminated. Sun goes down. You need your DPS, but if you're going to lose one, that's the one you want to lose. Although he comes with a little extra bit of healing that goes down very, very quickly. Falling. Orange goes down. Eliminated by Wizard. Big goes down. No tanks, no big tanks in the match. Silver also goes down. This is not looking good if you are Maplewood Richmond. Blue Springs putting a little bit of a push on it. If they can capitalize with a quick rotation back to point, they can get this going for them. They're holding that cart in position. Here comes a big old group. You better get out the way, soldier. That's right. You want to maybe try to catch them down here. This is where the rotation can come. But look how spread out they are on the outlines, coming in for this big fight, and they've got no big ults except Big. His will come up pretty quick if you can just land one of those fire strikes. Ooh, very nice.
Fire strike through that.
The wide window comes out, and you know what? They're just going to say, yeah, we'll wait. We're good. We're good. Okay, yes, everybody back out now. You're down there by yourself, Big. He does a little turnaround. Wait, where's all my teammates? And then they go. Dropping in, the Shatter available. If you can get it under the cart, you can just really wreck them. But you know what? Half health there, you're looking for a better opportunity. The mines come out, and now everybody's going to just back up. Oh, that was a really, really tasty charge there. Oh, but does not manage to get it. The Zen ult comes out and messes with it. Oh, there you go. You got some mines. Oh, what?
What?
Oh my goodness!
Still got the point. Oh, the Echo managed to touch.
Oh,
that's unfortunate.
That was a tasty tire, though. Using that mine to get out the way. Yeah, eliminated like everything. I was like, did he get anybody? Got like 3 and all the mines. And evidently a box. He just blew up a box, too. It was listed on the kill feed. All right, Here we go. Maplewood in control on the cart. 3 ults to give versus 2 ults to give. Looking for that sustain. They're getting a little bit of it right now. The lamp now put away for another bunch of seconds. Great shatter, but he's kind of low. The window comes up. The lamp comes out, and they are just saying, you know what, we're going to sustain ourselves right here. Go find a wall. Jump against something there. Orange, now Newt. With I always love the imaginary coalescence. That's my favorite coalescence of all time. Oh, big elimination. They're going to be able to push forward here. Clear that. You've got the Ash. Nope, you're not going to charge me, she says. And they're just going to rotate back around. They're going to get that second point. 5 minutes or a little bit less to capture this third point. Can they do it? Predictions.
Oh, I think they totally can.
Okay.
I'm not seeing any swaps coming out from the side of Blue Springs right now. They're able to pick up Sulk, that's staggering Baptiste a little bit, so they're pushing up right now with only 5 in fight, trying to maintain this pressure on the corner right now for Blue Springs. However, Maplewood is not taking this man down on the enemy side to their advantage and taking space. Wrecking Ball should be creating as much space right now as he possibly can manage so that his teammates such as Cone and McCree can get into better positions. But we've got a
Mines out.
Reinhardt from the enemy team on the flank right now. Oh wait, no, that's just Dog. Dog is up front, surrounded by mines, and praying they stay alive.
Ooh, 1 tick left on that Ryan. You got to build them up, but this is going to be a lost fight. The window comes out. Who are you going to target, though? There's not an... Oh, it's kind of a strange spot. They can't do a lot of damage with it. Big Shatter comes out. Oh, with the fire strike goes through there. Gets a quick elimination. They're going to get on that other Ryan real quick. If they win this Ryan battle, they can take control of the cart. But both Ryans go down. Orange and Big Dog doing a lot of battling back and forth. This has actually been a really fun thing to watch. A couple of ults available on Maplewood Richmond. We've got Bob getting pretty close to making an entrance there. We've got High Noon, a little show-offy kind of splashy thing. Can Sun get into position to make that happen? They're pushing in here. No big ults on the side now of Blue Springs, except for those 2 that I just mentioned. They're going to have to sustain. Use the card a little bit, my guys. Oh, moving into position here. Can he land it? Waiting for that perfect condition. Oh, the Ryan's gone. You can press that Q if there's anybody in the way that you can see, but no. Going to hold on to that a little bit longer. No.
Yeah, not a good opportunity for it.
Yeah, but it's going to hang out up here. It's like, do-do-do. And, you know, I've got this great ult that I want to use. You know, you might cross over to the other side and surprise them by jumping in on the edge of that rock and getting a little splash. They are hard split here. Not a lot of communication going on, or they might have jumped on those folks that are over there. The Ash, very, very gettable. All right, but they're playing the top of it. He did. He followed my advice. He moved over on the other side, and they're going to try to get these eliminations. We're looking at, Wizard, the ult comes out. They're going to be able to do a lot of stuff. Oh, there it is. Very, very quick on the trigger. Actually a good choice since the Zen was one of the ones he wanted to get right away. Zen unable to hit that Q and save the team, so they're going to be sent back a little bit.
Hear me out though, that Zen Trance cannot sustain instant damage done by a McCree High Noon, so you would have popped it and kept himself alive and not his team anyway, so hanging on to it through High Noon would have played into his advantage. So inting right there for Vizzy was the best option, honestly.
All right, fine. You've been redeemed, Vizzy. All right, coming in. Bob makes an entrance into the fight, jumps in there, and gets knocked down immediately. The Bobs are battling each other? What is that? Oh, that was pretty fabulous. Okay, big advantage now if you are Blue Springs, but you're going to have to give a little space to get it. You're going to get this very, very quickly. Your Mines come out. Lucky in the new role, doing a nice job, eliminates 1. Soul goes down. That's one that you really, really needed.
Okay, so looking at what Maplewood just did, they popped both of their support ults at the same time. As of the type of ultimates that they are, honestly, one of them needs to swap off to the Ana. I would say the Lucio. It would just play more into their favor here.
Oh, and you know what? I just had a little momentary brain fart. You might have seen it on stream here. Okay, pushing around here, trying to get good action. Oh, very, very good. High charge, not quite 100%, 90, that'll do. Get that Rhine. Oh, got charged instead. Sun goes down. Swing, swing, swing. Trying to clear that, but it looks like Maplewood does not have the resources on point. It can't be a Ryan one-trick game. Oh, there we go. 1v1. That does not favor the Ryan. Never favors the Ryan. Orange, very, very valiant effort, but you're going to get eliminated very quickly by those Dooms. Wait, what? What did I just see?
It looked like they lost the fight. Out on point.
They eliminated that Doom very quickly after Orange went down, and then Maplewood just kind of went, oh, we just got to push it up there? Okay, let's push it up there. Okay, Maplewood right now with match point.
Okay, Newt. I know you love the Lucio, but please pull out the Ana. Or the Brig.
A lot of people don't know this. That ship that you see out there in the harbor? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I worked on that ship when I was in college. Yeah, true story. Huh? You can't make something like that up. You just can't.
Working on the boats.
Yep.
Spending long days in the sun.
An Overwatch longshoreman, essentially, is what it was. Actually, longshoremen unpacked the boats. But look at those splashes. Beautiful, beautiful splashes. I used to work on my tan here. Okay, getting set up here. We're seeing, here we go with Blue Springs. Bastion making an appearance again. Sun does like the Bastion, had a lot of success on it with Hanamura. What comes next?
We're seeing the Orisa Sigma, but instead of a Baptiste Zen combination, we've got Newt once again on that Moira and Vise on the Zenyatta. Vise has been popping on that Zenyatta, getting those Transcendence ultimates charged rather quickly, sometimes in one fight, maybe 1.5 fights in other cases. And on the side of Blue Springs, they're going with the double main support with Sulk and Mercy. I feel like Sulk would be better, his utility would be better spent on a Baptiste here, and let your Bastion not set up on point, but off point while your tanks take the payload.
Yeah, you want to force them to make a decision. Are they going to come after you? They're going to come after the cart, which is moving without him. Okay, big fight coming out here, and Bastion goes down, but still they're in a pretty good position here. Big Dog still continuing to push the cart. You want to be able to do that. You're going to force them to rotate, and here comes the Zen. What? Why is Viz? You're not going to win this fight. Oh, and you do win this fight against Big Doggo.
Yup.
Oh my goodness, Viz, that was ill-advised, but it worked out. But that does not mean it was the right decision. It just worked out. All right, Blue Springs with the ability to get in there. Sun eliminated so early, has hardly any ult. That might have been a time to switch. You don't have control. You've got to commit to a location. They can jump on you pretty quick. And you know what? They've got lucky on the SIG, and they can get into your position pretty quick. Here we go. Oh my goodness, big swing. Getting into position now, getting out of the way is Fish Sticks here. Advantage Blue Springs as expected. Now they're +2.
So the thing with Blue Springs comp is that they're playing into basically double shield right now. So Moira has to be constantly around who's ever taking the most damage, and that puts them into a very bad position to stay alive. And that is why Cone is able to get Newt so easily there, because Moira, you can't heal through shields. You gotta go through them. So I don't know. We'll have to see how this works out. We've got Coalescence on clock right now, using it early before the team's even set up, before the doors are open, followed up by the Sigma ultimate. I don't know if that was a clean engage there, Doc.
I don't know either. Okay, so we're getting a few of these coming up. Blue Springs now about to have 6 ults, and they won that last fight. They've got to deliver these with efficacy. There we go. That is also on your bingo card for the evening. They're going to look to create these opportunities very, very quickly. The grab may be the most valuable thing, because they've only got a couple of places they can come into the fight with. They're trying to do both of them, but they want to create that opportunity as quickly as they can. There it is. Comes out pretty quickly. Swings. The Shatter available now also, but you got to stay up to make that happen. They just took these 1v1 fights and missed those opportunities. But they're still holding all these ults.
I know you have that Coalescence, but I think it's time to go the BAP. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Don't be afraid to discard a great card if it gets you a better hand.
We do see Silver on the side of Maple is going in favor of that Mei, though, so it's going to bring out a little bit extra sustain for their side.
Oh.
But Blue Springs is just chilling out with as many ultimates as possible. They really haven't been slowed down yet. There's the Transcendence. Newt's got that
big Shatter,
as well, almost ready with a huge Shatter coming out, able to take out the Zenyatta. We hear a tire coming out.
Yeah, and it goes down right there. They're going to lose the impetus right here, although I said that once before, and that wasn't true. Grab might be able to do. Oh, I love me just a good old grab. Plus Sulk, Moira, ult, Zen. What are you doing here? Oh, okay. You were trying to maybe stall that a little bit longer, but that was not a fight you wanted to take. Oh, a little quick. I think I'll go for a swim in between. Okay, that is 3v3. Advantage now definitely on the side of Blue Springs. 1 minute for our Maplewood folks, and they're going to get into position very quickly. We're going to go on a tour of flags now, ladies and gentlemen. Here is one flag. That would be the Overwatch flag. Flies proudly above Watch Point Gibraltar. We don't spend a lot of time up there in the lookout. A lot of people don't know there's a small bowling alley up there, some snack machines, including the snack machines that have the sandwiches, which are great. You got to walk up a lot of stairs to get there, of course. I think a lot of people are very familiar over here with this setup. These not a lot of beaches you can get down to out there, but when you do make it out to the various lighthouses out there, it's quite a nice experience out there. Encourage you to enjoy and visit Watch Point Gibraltar whenever possible.
All right, so coming out here on attack, we've got 1 minute for the side of Maplewood to get as far as they possibly can. We've got Newt on the Mercy, but Vise has gone over to the Moira. Honestly, Vise, you could have stuck with the Zenyatta, and instead of placing your Bastion on tank, place your tanks on point, put your Bastion at an off angle, and just keep that damage up and going, because Moira, if anybody gets too close and they drop those shields down from the side of Blue Springs, you're gonna have a rough time healing up. We are keeping the Bastion off the payload with Ryan pushing it instead this time, but the Dynamite's just gonna do so much damage, and we've already lost the Orisa on the side of Maplewood.
Dear goodness, everybody was on fire. Everybody on fire. Oh, where are you going with that one? Well, now the ocean is on fire. Okay, back it up, Oh, yep, just trying to cost time. And that's good. The other Bastion drops down. We got a Bastion v Bastion. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, was that a loop? You're just trying to trap him in there? Very, very good position, because you can get damage on him while they're rotating to get into position to push that. But you can't let yourself go down like that, Coney. You got to back it up a little bit. Let your Rhine hold that front.
Bastion taking a bold move, just dropping right on the payload. Already got his ultimate ready. Immor has gone down now, so he's just got to rely on his teammates to keep him alive. Roadhog uses his hook, so that's going to go down. They swap to the Brigida, but just a little too late, and it looks like that's as far as Maplewood is going to get.
Score 3-3.
All right, here's the strat.
Here's the strat? Okay.
Take the first fight directly on the payload. Don't sit up on that high ground. First fight needs to happen there. The second fight location is technically where the payload's already at, but you might be able to beat them there if you have that Lucio speed and you're, going Lucio Ana in this case. Yeah. Hold that corner for the second fight and then go underneath for the third and fight around the payload. But you need to take this first point on payload. This first fight has to happen there. 4 minutes and 43 seconds. Yep. Way too much time to try and kill from that far away.
Yes, and you just can't give him any free ground. You have to win every fight. You have to win every fight to win this map, which means you got to take good position, and you just cannot give away any real estate for free. There's some Stabobo happening right now. I am unclear as to why, but I agree with it. I agree with it. I agree with Stabobo.
Well, I mean, we just laid down some Stabobo facts.
Wait, that's what it was. That's what it was. It wasn't a specific play. It was Stabobo logic.
Damage increase.
Stabobo strat. I live the Stabobo life. You?
And we are, yes. Oh, every day I live and breathe Stabobo life.
Attackers incoming.
Oh, and we got a Diva coming out for the side of Maplewood, and they've got a brig for that engage. They probably are planning on dropping at that corner so that they can get a little more natural cover, but they're just letting this payload push right now, and there's not really damage coming out because they're using it for cover. Bastion drops a little bit too early, so unfortunately Silver's going to go down, and Diva on a high charge Zarya is just like candy to a baby.
It is, and they're just not going to be able to get much out of that. You got to run away, run away, run away. This is actually favoring Maplewood at this point.
Yes, they're doing a very good job. They dropped at the right time. If only their Bastion had not dropped a little bit too early. That's always, that committing together and committing at the same time is very important. We do have an unmech Diva, though, so Wrong is going to be able to pick them up. Bastion is back in position, so Silver is going to be able to take out that Reinhardt, and the payload's just going now for Blue Springs.
It's just going to go. So just a little bit of advice to our high school friends. Never allow your opponent to dictate where the fight's going to be, right? Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. Okay, so we've been at this a couple of hours, and I know what you're thinking. Wow, they're tied up at 2 apiece. They are. But you know what? You're going to have to tune in next week to find out how this finished. We'll capture this one. We'll start the we'll start the broadcast next Friday with it. This has been awesome to meet these players, to get to see the cool stuff that they've done, to see the improvement over the course of a matchup. The Missouri High School Esports Association and Overwatch, very, very cool. Nerdy, how many times have we done this? Where we cast together on a thing?
Us two together specifically, yeah. I think this is our third time in total across almost 3 whole years of doing this.
Well, if you're just joining us, I want to again apologize to the makers of Snackwell cookies, to the cleaning staff at Blizzard World, and of course, to all those who had tickets to the 1980 Olympics in Russia. So I did not mean to offend any of those groups, but evidently I did. So we'll return next week. I don't think it'll be you and I on the desk. I think there'll be somebody different in this seat. But it was fun, nonetheless. Any last minute thoughts for these folks before we head out?
Last minute thoughts, just going out to all of the teams that we got to see this evening. Honestly, evaluate the utility of your supports within reference to snowballability on maps, because that is the only downfall that I really saw coming from both sides. And also watching when you're using your support ults, because there's no need to use both at the same time.
That's very, very true. And snowballability, look it up. It's not a May specific thing or a winter specific thing, but I digress. Also, do the dishes sometime without being asked. It'll blow people's minds. It's just crazy. All right. Well, thanks again for joining us. We've got some amazing Upsurge League of Legends coming up next. We'll get a real person on this desk who knows what they're doing. That would be Michael Fisher. And we'll look forward to seeing our Missouri High School friends back here in a week, because we'll do this every Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to carry the one. 7 p.m. Someone math for me. 6 p.m. I can't do it. It's over.
5 p.m. Eastern time.
5 p.m. Eastern time. There we go.
If it's 3 Pacific, then it's 6 Eastern time. And
I'm going to have to take off a shoe. We're never going to get this. Anyway, thanks again for joining us. This is Boise State Esports. I'm Doc. That's Nerdy. We'll see you real soon.